Hello, everybody. It is time. Time to model. Indeed, we are here on YouTube now. We have moved from the Twitch to the itch, as many more people seem to want to be on YouTube and watch streaming than they do on Twitch. Which is kind of interesting because to me, it's all the same. No one has to fill out any accounts or whatnot. They just have to follow the link and then they're in. Are we streaming? We show on. So there you have it. That's the reason why we moved over here. All of these videos end up going to YouTube anyway. So this is just one more thing that we can do to get it even closer. So let's go back in time for a little bit and talk about this project here. First of all, I need to get my space pilot plugged in. For those of you who don't know what a space pilot is, if you're in the 3D community, I implore you to look into it. What it is, it's a joystick that allows you to navigate in any direction in any of your 3D programs. Max, Maya, SketchUp, Cinema 4D, Softimage, whatever you want to call it. And it lets me move like that very easily without having to push any extra buttons and whatnot. It's much more efficient. So here's the thing. This Switch thing has taken a significant turn. And first of all, I wasn't able to get it with the tree in the back. It just is too much. This house alone right now is printing at 23.5 hours, which is just a tremendous amount of time of investment. Although, once you print it off, you're done. So it's not like you have to really sacrifice your life to get this thing done. But I'd like to get it under the 20-hour mark. So we removed the tree, which is fine. And in turn, I added the little gable-like tower extension on the side. It has really nothing to it. It's just there. I was going to have it suspended, but I really just didn't want to have as much support. This thing had so much support, it took me a better part of an hour to clean it all up because of this overhang. And I knew that it was coming, but I had to see other areas what needed to be fixed. For instance, the fencing is way too small. That has to go, or it needs to be incredibly enlarged, which I'm going to, because I'd rather have the fence there. So that came out super thin, and because of that, the support that goes underneath here, right here, made it absolutely impossible to break off the support without breaking the fence. And it did. I mean, it came right off really easily. So we're going to fix that. This was an attempt that I thought would have been cool if I could have pulled it off, but it just doesn't quite work. I wanted to have some kind of an herb garden on the side. You know, witches have herb gardens. And as much as I like it, it's going to go, and I'm going to remove all that that polygons right there. There's just going to be a gap. Over here, I want the bubbles. They're just too small. Again, it's one of the things that's really difficult with 3D printing is that depending on what you're printing, you got to realize that things get small super quickly, and printers don't like them. Regardless if you have a 0.2 millimeter nozzle or not, the things are small. And yeah, I can print it, but then you've got an issue of the fact that it's only, less than a millimeter thick, and you're expecting the plastic to hold up, and it won't. So we're going to redo some of these bubbles. We're going to make them larger, make it look thicker. We're going to take away some of those bubbles, make them not quite as loosey-goosey. But the main operation tonight is going to be removing the rooftop and get it so that, and include the rooftop with these trusses, these joists, so that the whole thing sits on it, including over here. The whole thing sits on the main base like a cookie jar lid. And that will allow me to print this thing off over to one side, low to the ground, and while there will still be supports to clean off, you'll only have supports that go from about right here to the bottom of that support there, and that's it. The other one was literally from here all the way down to the ground. It was a huge amount of wasted plastic. So yeah. So the first thing we're going to do is do that. We're going to save this as a new file. Yep, well, I'm already up to 30. I'm going to have to start cleaning up some files in there. They're unnecessary. I've also added some new memory, and that sure has increased productivity quite a bit. So I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so this is going to be added to it. This is the new edit poly. So it's by itself. If you see that this is what I did before, I added the cauldron. And actually, I should probably do that first then. Let me back up. Let me see. Is that the... Yeah. I need to work on these first, because they are on their own system, and instead of making another edit poly, I'm going to work on these. So let's do that first. I almost want to get rid of all that, but then we would not have... I wouldn't be able to put the cauldron on there, which is kind of a bummer. But we could always redo the cauldron. It might just be easier just to turn off the cauldron and come down here and remove this piece here. Let's see if that does. Let's see if I can just take away the... Oh man, that is going to be a lot of... That's a lot of polys that you're going to have to select. When I can just redo the cauldron, that's what I'm going to do, because I got to redo the fencing too. Yeah, and I really don't know if I like that either. That was kind of a crappy afterthought, and I'm not really thrilled about that. I am thrilled about it. You can see the difference of me adding that piece, that overhang. It would be cool to have it like that, but it's not practical. I mean, it needs to be brought in if it's going to be like that, so that's fine. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and delete these. So it doesn't have a cauldron, it doesn't have a hatch, it doesn't have fencing. And now, actually, we can take advantage and put the edit poly and get rid of the roof. This is really the toughest thing that's going to be done tonight. It's going to be a lot of work. But it's important to do it. Alright, figure out how I'm going to do this. I am almost thinking about doing it all... Yeah, I'm going to have to do it this way. I don't want to, but it's going to have to be done. I'll take the entire top off at this point. Man. Because I really want this all to be one piece, because I want to reduce the number of prints needed, because I'm already going to have to be at 2, because this thing won't fit together on the same printer. There's no way, because it by itself is quite hefty. It's about 6 by 6 by 5, something like that. Let me think about that for a while. While I do this, oh my goodness, there's going to be a lot of... Yeah, I don't want these pieces. I just want the joists, or whatever the hell you want to call them. Get rid of all this. I need to bring that down anyway. Because that's way too up there. There's no need for that little nook right up there. Let's see. So yeah, it fits all there. This needs to go here. Oops, come on. This needs to go here. Same for here. Just make sure that we get the bottom pieces here on all sides. Yeah. It was definitely, that was interesting. It was definitely a marathon over the weekend trying to get this thing printed. It actually printed off successfully the first time. There were no errors. I did run out of my first reel of filament, and it showed a very nice feature that the MK3 printer has, and that is when it detects, it has an auto sensor via laser, and what it does, when that laser, I believe, is broken, it knows that the filament's coming through just fine, but once that laser isn't broken and nothing's blocking its way, I believe it shoots into a mirror or something. I'm guessing because I haven't opened it up yet, but there's some trigger that the laser does that informs the printer that it's out of filament, that the last of the piece just sent through the feed, and it's an early warning system, so it triggers it well before the last of the material actually comes out, which is great because then it finishes up whatever it was working on and then calls it good, wraps it up, and comes to a stop, detaches from the print, moves over to one side so it doesn't hurt it in any way, and removes the last little bit of filament that's still in there, little piece there, and then waits patiently for you to load the next piece. And then it does a quick little sample just to make sure the plastic's coming out all right, and away it goes. And it was interesting because I even had a different color material, and it still worked perfectly. Oh, I need that. I need all this. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So that's the rooftop. If I could get this to not... Yeah, I must have deselected on accident. Dang it. Get all that crap. See, still got some pieces that I'm missing. It's really important to get every single polygon that's fit there, and I've got a lot of little bitty ones. All right, so that seems like that's going to be the roof, and it basically, it's going to be kind of tricky, but I think it'll be all right the way it's going to fit. That piece will come down little hole there, so it won't be an issue. So it'll just be sitting right on top. Okay. To get this thing off, it's very simple. Just click on detach. There's a button over here, and it just detaches it. That's all she wrote. You still have control of your main model after you did that. So we're gonna go in here. I need to weld some of these vertices. What in tarnation's going on over here? I got all these. Actually, no sense in having that. We can hide this thing, and we can actually see what the piece is here. That's what's going to be printed. We'll put some thickness into it so it doesn't have that paper thinness. Goodness or badness. Good. Very good. Yeah, the only thing we're going to have to worry about is making sure that this line here stays the same, but this back piece can go, because it's not going to be there. In fact, it'll be kind of a nuisance without it being there, with it being there. So we're going to clean some of this back piece up here, knowing that we're going to shift this crap elsewhere. Get it up in there. Like I said, just don't move this piece here, but the rest can come up and move around, and that's fine. Get all this down here and out of that little cubby hole. This is all fine and good because it's going to be by itself. And like I said, you don't have to worry about anything but the brim where the two pieces fit. You got to keep that. Once you separate them, they got to be left alone in every way so that it will fit. Bring this in thing. It's just drive me nuts that we've got this piece here and it doesn't need to be there. Yeah, that's fine. See, that's a lot better than just being a big hole. Alright, so we've got this thing, and that's basically how it's going to sit, but I want the joist to sit on the face of this, not a big hole. I want it to actually sit into it, and then the angles of the pieces just fit right onto it. So there's a whistle out there. I'm sure that got picked up by the mic. I want the joist to sit on actual solid plastic, and then we'll make an inner tube that just kind of sits inside it. Yeah, there is definitely some whistling going on outside. Interesting. Perhaps someone's trying to get their dog. So what we're going to do is, first of all, I want to unhide this because there's something. I want to say I probably should have added this piece here, but it's not. Yeah, there's definitely someone that's whistling. Apologize if it's picking up. This piece right here is kind of because all the other pieces here, you see it, that's a part of the roof, and generally speaking, that should be the top of the building, and that should be the roof itself. But then you'd have to go in here and add more pieces, and I kind of like it where it's sitting up here. So what I'm thinking is that we're going to bring this vertex up to there, and then add these pieces back. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to see if we can't. Oh, we sure could. And that's one exact vertice. So we can actually go to edit poly, or just poly. I want to select everything but the base part here. I want this whole section here because it's the same as over there. All that. I'm going to detach it. I'm going to go over to my rooftop, add that piece. We're going to isolate so it's just that piece, the two pieces together, because it's still technically, even though it's attached, it's still one separate piece. See how I push elements, which should select everything? It doesn't select this piece. So these vertices need to be welded, and it's just a matter of just selecting those three right there. There should be, there's 7 of them because I selected something in the background. That's what I thought. Okay. So now there should be 6, 2 on each side, 2, 4, and 6 there, and we just hit weld, and now there are 3 right here, meaning that they got welded. And we can test that out by going back to your element, selecting element, and selecting all and everything selected now, including that little piece there. So now we've got that. We can end isolation. And this thing now has a nice, clean rooftop to it that will fit on later. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hide this, and we're going to clean up this top ridge so it's prepared and ready to take it on. And then we're going to go in and fit all this in. So right now, it's got an extra couple of verts that we need to get rid of. We might have to do a little cleaning, but hopefully not much. Alright, so go to your poly. We're going to start just creating a whole bunch of polys, and they're going to be all right here. We're not able to do border like we have in the past, simply because there needs to be all 4 walls in order to do that. There's some more strangers. I'm going to just eliminate these. Again, it doesn't matter. You don't need that piece. We'll add that in later if we have to for the. Well, actually, I take that back. Yeah, we probably will because. Let's see. Well, no. It keeps it pretty sharp, so. So yeah, this seems like we're going to be able to. Boy, I don't know who's doing the whistling, but it's starting to get really annoying. But hopefully it's not bothering you guys too much, as looks like a nice little storm's approaching. It's currently blowing debris that wasn't tied down on a nearby building that's being currently worked on. And someone forgot to tie any of that down, and now everything's just kind of being blown all around. It's a pretty good gust to win. No tornado though. All right, so let's continue on as we do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Mostly that. Oops. And I'm going upwards on that because I want this line right here to remain the same. So I'm just fusing upwards, and that way it retains its size and shape. Don't worry about. Hate going back and doing all that again, but let's see. Create. I'm not using snap this time, I'm just running over it. And the reason why I'm trying to fuse some of these, because I don't want to have these polys to have so many vertices attached to them. I want to try to keep it down to 4 like I can. So just welding whatever the basic, just the minimum, leaving everything else if I can, and like this, and keeping that shape. That's definitely definitely important. Actually, I guess it really doesn't. No, I take that back. No, it isn't, because this thing's just going to sit on top of this bare piece here. So yeah, it really doesn't. It doesn't matter. I guess the angle really matters for it to sit on there, but we're gonna give it a little bit of some slack so it has room to breathe whenever that roof comes on top of it. So we should be okay. Everybody doing all right in the stream? I know it's just thousands of people. Well, that's interesting. I'm looking outside the window. It's starting to get kind of dark outside from the approaching storm, and unusual that the clouds and storm is coming directly from the north and heading straight south. It's it looks like we got southeast winds, which, I mean, it's not entirely uncommon, but around in this part, it's more common for it to come from the southwest and head northeast. Ooh, this one's really kind of nasty. We gotta get rid of some of these pieces here. I might have missed that one. Let's detach those and unhide all. And sure enough, we've got these pieces here that need to be not only added but fused together with it. So we'll just grab all 4 of those and grab all 4 of those, which is 8, then drop down to 4, then we're good to go. And isolate, and then isolate the other piece, and then we just continue on around. See how easy it is? It's just a matter of the approach. Finally hearing some rumble in the jungle. That is thunder. Thunder. Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder, thunder. Oh, Did I do it again? I sure did. Did I do a whole bunch of these? Yeah, see, I did several. I did several of these pieces, and they all have to be in there, or you're going to have small holes where they shouldn't be, and the printer's not going to like that. So yeah, let's get all of these off. Let's go through the rest of it, make sure that we didn't miss one. I think that was the only group there. And just like we did, we detach it in the isolation. We go to there, and the roof. Deselect the roof, that way we have just the pieces selected. It's these 5 right here, so you just got to keep an eye on them, where they're going to be, because they quickly disappear once you attach them. But we can go in here and do our weldy weld. Weld, weld, and then there was one right there. Weld. Oh, good. And that's wonderful to know. Dismiss. Alright. Let's see. Alright, so we got all that. End. Begin. Continue. And if we can get this thing done tonight, we're going to shift over and we're going to make a series of small decorative pieces that are usually 2x2, something like that. I want to make a what's called a fairy ring, and what that entails is a ring of mushrooms, sometimes derived from fairy tales that fairies hang around, and they make the rings. They're actually called a fairy ring if you look them up. We're also going to make kind of an area of animals that are on pegs that are they're not designed to be minis, because some of the minis I've found that aren't present are just general fauna, and deer and squirrels and things like that. And when you're outdoors, those things are going to be existing. Some people will put them up there, but you just don't see a whole lot of them. So we're going to make a couple of little patches of animals. That should be good. What? Still hear that whistle. Starting to wonder if it's not nature, and it's beats me. I keep hearing it. Kind of creepy, kind of spooky. I suspect that it's actually coming from out in the hallway. That's where we've got exterior windows, and they frequently are open. I don't know why they leave them open. I frequently try to close them because it lets the AC out, and we end up having to pay for that. It's nice of them to do that. And I think it's just barely open, yeah, I think it is. I think it's just barely open just enough that the wind is blowing through it and causing a little bit of a sound buffer there as the wind comes through a narrow area. Let's create this last poly. And we've got that piece done. So that works. Now we just need to solidify this, and we should be okay. This may be a little tougher, but we'll do it the easy way. The easy way. By selecting the edges here. And what we'll do is hold down Shift, make sure snaps are turned off, and just pull it straight up. And then turn your snap on and bring that edge to snap onto there. Oops. And do the same thing for this one. You can actually grab a couple of them, that way they move in unison. But now you've got them sit right here, and you just weld the edges where you just brought them together, and now all of a sudden you have very quickly a segment there. It's already done. And then we're going to do it one more time, or actually two more times. One right there, and then we'll go ahead and do the second one, because there's one right there and one right there. And all you got to do, if you want to save time, just do your turbo smooth, or you could turbo smooth. You can grab these actually And that's what I prefer doing because it allows them to and snap them together. That way they all stay in the same pattern. And then I take this last one that I didn't grab because I want to be, that guy is going to be snapped right there, but I want to target weld it so it stays there. We can do the same thing actually, like that. Follow the edge on that one, bring it down. Yeah, something like that. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, do the same thing for this one. Oops, turn off your constraint. Weld your edges. And weld your edges. And there you go. Yeah. It should be okay. And we got to do that, unfortunately, for all three of these. But we should be able to grab them all together. Hopefully. Hopefully. Just make sure you grab them all. You just want the horizontal piece. You don't want any of the vertical pieces because we're not going up that way. I don't want any of that. Not sure why that's there. Make sure I don't have anything else selected. I just want these ridges there. There we go. And then just hold down shift. And we're going to go up 1, 2, 3 times, just like last time. So 1 for that one, 2 for that one, and then 1 final one for the top one. And then now we all just stay with vertice mode. And yeah, that's a whistle is really annoying. Good thing you guys don't hear it, right? I have no idea. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I want to do this, but it's not letting me. Now it will. I'm going to do the same thing right here. Right here. Right as rain. Doesn't matter if you do it in the right order or not. You can grab all these. They're all going to be snaps, so it's not like you're going to lose out on anything. Just make sure you grab everything when you snap it like that, and boom, you're ready to go. See, it stays through. The only problem is now you've got, well, I take that back. That sucked. Because now you got these pieces here, and that's not going to fit. Oops, that's not going to fit the top there. Crap! Yeah, we'll have to manhandle that one. When we put that roof on, it'll hopefully just sit on that thing, but we'll see. Let's continue on though. So I want to weld. We're waiting. Caddyshack. That's the movie that you're thinking of. Ooh, mercy. 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 Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. The Dating Game, that's the song you're thinking of. Alright. That looks pretty good. We got one more now. We got one more. One more to go. All 6 are now fused. Row 1 going in. Row 5 going in. Row 14 going in. I don't know why I did that. I just need the bottom row. Ah, yes, the bottom row. I remember her very well. Gather around the fire and I'll tell you a tale. Alrighty, there we go. Look how pretty it is. Yay! Yay! Okay, well, there's your cookie jar, and now you just need some cookies. And one of the things you got to do is make it so that there is some thickness to this thing. And you do that by adding a shell before, well, we're just going to test it out first because we're not, ooh, man, before I do that, save this bad boy. The reason why I want to save it is because it may crash if you add a shell. If you do anything that is crazy, save before you do it, because all that work, you'd have to go back and fix all those. Alright, shell basically makes it something thick when it's paper thin, and you can either do the outer amount, which makes it go outward like this, and it looks nice and puffy. It looks like you want to go and hug it. But the one I want to use is the one on the inside, and see if we can't get away with this. I don't know if we can. Quite honestly, I like to have this thing solid, because if it's hollow, well, if it's hollow, you're going to only have supports like inside here, like right underneath this clap. But there's not going to be anything right there. It's going to be wide open. So it may be fine, but I want to see what things look like on the inside. Yeah, things like that. See what happens there? Kind of sucks. It's bringing some polys in there, and I don't know how that's going to print. That may not print very well. And I don't think there's any way you can actually tell it to go straight to hell. Because you have to, well, I mean, that looks somewhat okay in certain areas. I don't see a whole lot of overlapping. It'll be in the corners, though. Well, we can try it. But yeah, I wanted to basically just have a little nip there so it can just sit right pretty on it and have a little thickness to it so when it prints off it's not, super fragile-y. It may work. It may work. Alright, so we're going to try to keep it that way. Let's see what a turbo smooth turned on looks like. I mean, it's going to look like dog face in here. And I apologize to all the dogs that I just insulted, but that's just how it is. But yeah, that looks like it. Well, yeah, what does that look like to you? And I think that looks fine. So we'll stick with this. We will stick with it. Why do I have a little lip right there? I'm not very happy with this right here. And that means that we have an incident. And it means that it's probably one of these two. Oh. Yeah, there's definitely something there that's causing that. And usually it means it's an extra piece there. It shouldn't be. And there isn't. It's right there. Maybe? No. There? There it is. You see that? See the little bound? Yep. Watch this. See that there's another vertex hidden right underneath that? Little turd. Weld that little turd burglar. And there we go. Yeah, much better. Alright. So that's all good. We've got that part done. So we're going to remove the shell because we don't need that yet. We're going to add that cauldron because I really want to do that, and the fencing. So let's add the fencing first. And I don't want to add it there. I want it underneath the shell so that the shell will add to it. And we're going to see about making these things a lot more. I still like those areas that the fencing was like right here, right there. I'm going to move some of these pieces so that they're a little closer. Together, forever, I'll always, together, tomorrow, today. What? What was I saying? It's Little Orphan Annie, but I was actually changing the words. For copyright protection, I changed the words. You can't get me. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, long piece, 4, and then one more. I guess this one comes in. What? No, I don't want to go there. There, I want to go. Clean this up a little bit. We're going to cut that piece right there, right in 2 pieces. That's right. Yeah, we cut it good, didn't we? All right. So now I'm going to go in here and skip to Maloo, and by grabbing these are going to be my fence posts. But I want this one to not be so stupid. There we go. There we go. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to extrude by, not bridge, that was a stupid move, by bevel. And we're going to make it, let's see what group does. Yeah, because I want these to be kind of, I don't know, maybe we could try, it's the same thing. But yeah, those are basically how they're going to go. and put them like that. That's a little bit thicker than I'd like, but at the same time, again, it's fairy tale. And if anybody comes back and says, you know what, your fences are unbelievable, they lose my immersion. I'm like, you know what, you just accepted the fact that this house is okay, but you're not okay with the fencing. I think you're kind of crazy. All right, so let's get these back down and. Yeah, something like that. It don't matter if you come in second. And now I'm going to extrude the pieces. Delete it. And we're going to try our best to connect these things again. I did this last time, and again, it just completely adds some serious support underneath there, and it may not be enough, and this will be the second and the last time I do this. After that, I'll just, instead of make a wrought iron, oh, you know what, I could cheat. I mean, instead of a wrought iron fence, even though that'd be the way to do it, I can make more of a, like a little brick fence. That's all I've done is just this thing right here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah. So we're going to delete that, and I'm going to add a brick fence because it's just a lot easier. No, right there. Something like that, and need to get these guys in order. Same for that guy. You jerk. You jerk. Oops. Jerk. Okay. Alright, so now we got these. Might as well bring that last one in there. I mean, there's going to be a little cauldron right there, so let's bring it back a little bit. And bring that back too. And I'm thinking I'm going to actually cut a piece right here to right there, and from there to right there, from there to there, from there to there to there, and then straighten these things out. I'm going to make a little walkway, a little fenced-in area that opens up right to the cauldron, like that, where she just like right through there. And as a result, I need to make this thing go like that, I think. And I need this to come down a smidge. There we go, and then back out. Bring this guy back up. He's way too low. Turn off our constraints. Flatten that thing out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, something like that. Okay. And then just make the rest of that. So there is my extra piece, and there is my little, you see how that is now? And it'll be just a little opening where she walks in, and there it is right there. Ready for you. Local. Group. Groot. We're just gonna add that and then move them inward so that they have, ew, that looks awful. Can we, no, we can't put Z because everything, well, we could, but that's going to be really awkward. I mean, we could do that. That way it's all nice and level. Yeah, and then just worry about this, because this is ridiculously too high. No walls that big. Nor is this. In fact, I want it to taper down. And taper out. Something like that. Nice. And now we're going to add the secret ingredient, which is a capstone. And we want to go to local and bring it out. Bring it up just a tad bit. Push plus. And bring it up. Push plus. And bring it in. Like that. That's going to cause some overhang because it is. So you can go here and push loop and see if you can't raise the bar up just a tad bit so that it's not quite, if it's steep enough, it can actually be done without a support. I keep seeing that it runs with support, so we'll see. Something like that. Can she even fit in there? I'm curious. I'm curious. It doesn't look like she will. No, she's gonna have to lose some weight to get through that. She ain't gonna fit through that. Oh well, that's her problem. She can hop. But now she's got a nice little ledge here, and she can stand right up there and have a little bit of coverage. In fact, I think we're okay there. That's going to be some major overhang. So we're going to bring all this stuff back. Back. Ew, that's ugly. Up and to the left. Back and to the right. Yeah, that looks terrible, but I'm going to live with it. Okay. Ooh, I could make it like a snake. That'd be so cool. Let me do that. Let me make it a snake. Because it looks like one. Snake. Pliskin. Nope. Bring these back out after I did all that work. After I did all that work for you. And now I have to do it again. And now what we do is we run a trot line right there. It's not how much I wanted though. I just wanted a little bit. I can't see anything now. How about just like that much? Oop. No. No. How about just that? And then we're going to move it down. Oop. We're going to move it down. To you about yonder. And we're going to bubblicious right down into it and then pop those eyeballs up. Oh, what's going on, guys? I can see you now. I can see you. I already regret saying that I'm going to make a snake. But that's okay. We're going to do it. We're going to do it right. That is terrible. Okay. And now I want to do this. And maybe it'll be a lot better than I think it's going to turn out to be. Or maybe not. It's more like a dragon than anything. It's more like, it looks just like a dragon. It doesn't look very good. I'm not happy with it at all. Because it's not even level. It needs to be rotated or something. Because it's got a weird twist without it twisting. Does the Turbo Smooth save my bacon? It does not. In fact, it makes it worse. Ooh. What is all this? Well, that's not good. I could see what the crap that is. That's sticking out uninvitedly. Well, forget the snake head then. Forget all that crap. And forget that too. And just really, I don't even know if I want to, yeah, I just want to delete it all. I just want to delete it all. I don't want it anymore. These back in time. Guess who's back? Back again. Alright, well, you just have to clean this up. And that's not the way to do it. This is. And then snap it to a snap jam. There we go. Just for good measure, just run quick weld on these just to get rid of them. And now we can look and see if the border actually works. If it does, which it does, we know we've got a clean break. We can cap it. Even though it's not going to give us a real good cap, but it'll definitely cap it. And then we can go in here and flatten some of this crap out so that it doesn't have quite the bad look to it. Okay. Alright, so important safety tip. Don't ever do that. That's fine. I could put some more stuff like a wrought iron or something like that, or spikes or something. I don't think that's going to be all that inviting, but we do want to make some of this so it's not just smooth. So I want to do Ringo, and I wanna. All right, and then we need to do the other one because we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to add some edges here. About like that. And then we're going to bring a lot of these out. And the way we're going to do it is shave the patient. But doctor, you realize he's already been shaven. Of course. He's already been shaven. That is not how you make bricks. I'm going to make bricks. There we go. It looks terrible. Okay. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, that's pretty gnarly. I need to put some spikes there. I need to put some segments, a little segue action. Oops, let's do some connect the dots. Nope. Let's connect the dots that way. And on this side too. That's good. That's real good. I mean, it's really good. If you know what I mean. Because I don't. I don't know what I mean. Alright, we got rid of the cut. We go back to the polygon. It's already selected for us because it's pretty. And away we go. And the likes. No one has ever journeyed before. That's good enough. We're just going to do on this side because, you know what, it's just how it is. I'm going to just do that. Nope. That's not right. That goes there. That goes there. It's just that. Same for this one. There we go. And then that. Nope. That. You gotta think this thing through, sonny. That's good enough. Local? Yeah. There's that. Some weird looking bricks. But now I'm coming in like a typhoon. You can't do that because it's all going to come out as one, John. Oh, boo. We could do this one though, and then this one, and then this one, and finally, diddly doo. I think I screwed it up. I sure enough did. That's alright. I'm not too worried about it. Just bricks. Alright. Oh, I guess I could do that. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be stacked, but oh well. Over here, and then those two will go together, so we do these. And then we bevel, and we make it come in. Come in. bring it back just a bit so that there's inconsistency. Inconceivable. And then we do the last row. The last remaining unextruded, unequivocal last bricks. So yeah, I screwed that up, but that's alright. Don't worry about screw-ups. It's not that big a deal. It's a happy mistake. Over here, get these last pieces. And then bevel. And you're good. Turn it off so you can see what it looks like. See, it kind of looks like brick. See? Did that all come out? Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely bricks there. Of different sizes, no less. And that's fine. Let's see what it looks like. Ew, that looks terrible. That looks really bad. Do I even need turbo smooth? In that regard, what that some of this stuff looks really good while it is. So yeah, we're gonna have to add. It's raining now, boss. It's raining hard, like cats and dogs outside right now. Welcome all of you. One person viewing this, which is most likely me. What do we do? We tighten. We remember the tighten. We tighten this thing up. Tighten this thing up like a boss. Ooh, that's going to be bad. We're going to save this real quick because there was a lightning that just shot through the world. Okay, we're safe. If for some reason I were to lose connection, I would be back momentarily. Definitely some issues with getting all these done. Yeah, I'm not going to do the backside. If someone's really going to complain about that, they can just suck it, because there's no need for it. No need, because they're going to be looking at the forward side. Should not be looking in the back. Alright, on this one, I want to probably extrude and make it like that, and then extrude that bad boy in. And that way we have that. This thing is going through the wall, so we need to back it up, 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 back it up. Nope. I clicked on the wrong thing. Mm-hmm. 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 Very difficult. Very, very complicated maneuver right here. Just trying to get all these selected so that you can move it and it fixes your mistakes. Let's see if it worked. Nope, missed one. Missed some few. Looks like I missed the inner piece here. How can you see that? Well, I've got really terrible vision. Missed that one too. Okay, I think I got them all. I don't think. Yeah. Need to get these bad boys back inside. Or someone hurts them. Oh no, it's thundering outside. I'm scared. I'm scared. Legitimately frightened. I will stay live because you guys comfort me. You guys bring me the comfort that I need in order to get through the darkest times of the day. In the shadow of the heart, there lies this rose. It is my heart. For you shall have it. It is thine. I give it to you. My all. You shall have it. You shall have it. Why does this look like it's all like separated? Alright, I'm seeing nothing but red. We are a go. So we need to lift this bad boy up. Nope. We need to get rid of this one. And lift this bad boy up. Somewhat. Can I rotate it? Yeah. Can always move this thing back, but yeah, there's some Jolly Rancher stuff going on in here that I need to fix. The Song of Clementine is such a harrowing, sad song of revenge. Well then, that looked just fine. I'm okay with that. How does the shell look? The shell still wants to shove its ugly head right inside. But outside. Feel the outside looking in. I want to drown in my own chaotic dance in this revolution. In my seldom work. My seldom change is coming. Look into my misery. 46 and 2 to put it through. Do 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 do. Look at that ledge. It looks like it is a ledge. It's rounded, which is fine. Look at that. Look how adorable it is. Just on that side, though. The rest of the side looks like crap. There we go. Perfect. It looks like rounded stone. It looks not great. But it's all one piece. Alright. So, turn off the shell. Let's see if the shell does anything extra that we don't like in particular, but I don't think we do. I think it's okay. We're good to go. Okay. Save. Is save. Is lemon pledge. Alright. Now that we added the wall, and then adjusted the wall is adjusted. Now we need to add another one, and we're going, now that we've got the bridge, the little section here, we can remove the supports. And then this will be where my coffin is, or my cauldron is, sorry. That's gonna suck. What happened here? It wants to be a part of that. We're gonna have to do that. Oh well. That's not gonna hurt anything. Get on your feet. And make some action. Get on your feet. Oh, I gotta do this for both of these? That sucks. Sure enough, looks like it. Pepe Silvia. Who's this Pepe Silvia? I started doing research. Pepe never exists. There. That's better. Let's do the same thing for over here. But first, we have to remove some things. I have to remove. Who doesn't thou texting me at this hour? How dare he insult me with his email spam from PlayStation? Wonderful. Alright, so those are... Notice everybody's sending out new privacy issues, getting hit a lot lately with updated security and privacy issues for a lot of companies. It's kind of make me worried that everybody's starting to add this these new implications. You know, the implication of having a boat. So she has to because of the implication. Alright, there we go. Oh yeah, we need to totally get that to where it's or maybe I did it wrong. Close enough. And then we're going to see about target welding these two. This one. Good enough. Alright. Now we're going to go in there and kick some serious butt. Here we go. Watch out. Nope. I am the Nork. I am hunting a great warrior named Atreyu. I lost him in the swamps of sadness. Well, I am Atreyu. What's up, dude? What do you need me for? I represent the nothing. Something's wrong right there, because we got two pieces, and they probably two weld. Yep, two vertices. We got to weld them together. Got to weld this one with this one now, and then move it back. I bet we got two vertices over there too. No, we don't. But we got a lot of them. All right, that is a massive cauldron. So we're going to start bringing this bad boy up. So that it has more furniture. Furniture. I want to chamfer the thing. And I definitely don't want these little pieces here on either side. The base is fine, but not really. Let's just go ahead and take care of those. And take care of that one. And then, actually, we'll take care of all this. We'll go ahead and fuse these bad boys together. Get on your feet. Get on your feet. Alright, there's the base part of it. Now we just have to join the two pieces together, just like this. But first, we need a place of solitude, which is right here. Slice it right down the middle. And now we've got a nice little piece right there. Right there. For everything to go to. So we're just going to put it all right there. Right there. How's that? That looks great. That looks nothing like a cauldron, but that's okay. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, we need to get this thing looking amazing. Because right now, it looks like dog crap. So, let's bring these up here. Bring this up as well, because it's a major part of the whole thing. And bring it on over there, because it's even better over there. Border. And we're going to bring these back down a bit. What is this right here doing? Get rid of that. Okay. Go back to border. Maybe not. Let's get these up farther. Okay. It's looking like it needs to come down. That needs to come up. Alright. That's a hole in the bottom of the sea. Um... Hmm. Hmm. Let's do this. Bring it up. Bring it in and over. And that's going to be probably the height of the whole thing right there. So we need to bring all this up. Let's do it in segments so that it actually looks like it's... My gosh, it looks terrible. I'm just going to say I just learned how to do 3D modeling. That gives me an excuse to look like crap. Ha! I didn't think that was going to happen. Did you? Okay. Bring it up a little bit more. That's a big freaking vat right there. I mean, that's a cauldron that a person can fit into. Indeed, it can. Let's keep bringing this up. I'm having fun bringing these things up. Boom. Boom. And boom. Come out a little bit. So it comes in, and then it comes out. And then we're going to have to move all these pieces inward. Yeah. Bring these down as well, because it's just not going to be too tall, or it's going to be too tall rather. It'll be slanted. This is how you make a terrible cauldron. Something that doesn't look right. We're going to have to build something that we do know how to build so that it will work right. It's okay. Nobody's perfect. Here we go. Here we go. We're round the clock. We don't want to do it now. That was original content. Little by little, the cauldron takes form, to which I will have something brewing wonderfully outside. It will be tasty. Ah, the French. They are known for their excellence in champagne. There is a winery in California called Paul Saison. They breed the finest excellence in wine. Ah, the French. Boy, that was a quick save. I like that. Aha! Hello, France. Viva la France. Viva denying me. Denying. Viva denying. Alright, bring that up. Bring this down. Man, this is just going to be just a disaster. I just have a feeling. And we're just beating a dead horse that's been dead for like 600 years, but we're going to try it anyway. We just put too much time and effort into it, and now dare we go back? No, we dare not. On a scale of 1 to 10, how does this look? Well, if I could put it at a 0, I could. Oh. Well, I guess you could put a 0 if you really want to. Yes, I do. Definitely. Put a 0. This isn't NAM. We have rules. Because I can get you a big toe by 3 o'clock. Painted and everything. Okay. It's almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Negative. Didn't go in. I couldn't shoot for squat. I'm the leader of them all, and I couldn't make it. It was the best shot of my life, and I still missed it. I should have had some Jack Daniels Jim Beam on the way. Would have let me shoot better. Oh. Look at the size of that. Oh my goodness. It is quite large. It is quite large. And as a result... Hey, wait a minute. I thought I grabbed everything. Why didn't I grab that? I don't understand. Why am I not able to select these? I don't understand. They act as if they don't exist anymore. You can grab that. Hate when it does this. It's done this a couple of times, and I'm not really sure what causes this, where I can't actually select. And it's grayed out. It's white on this side, so it's aimed the right way, but can't seem to get them to select it all. There we go. Managed to select it over there. Is that how I have to do it? Select it this way? Sure enough. Show enough. Show enough. Boom, 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 boom. Now, I'm going to try to connect it and see what happens. Yeah, it's better now. And watch me not be able to select it. Okay, good. I'm just wanting to make this a little rounder. Just a tad bit. Okay. These are way too overlapping. We're going to be having serious issues with printing. This one's not overlapping at all. Alright. I need to bring some more of these pieces down. Scale these things. That way we're actually bring them together a little tighter. What the crap happened here, guys? I did not want you guys to just go crazy on me and start doing drugs. Get over there. Get over there. Is there two of you? It looks like there's two of you, but I guess there's not. Alright. Whatever. Bring this out a little bit. Alright. There we go. Happy now, people? Happy? Well, I'm sure not. Now I am. Alright, let's bring this bad boy in on itself. So we're going to hold down Shift and scale it inward. And then scale it. Let's make it thicker than that. Because this bad boy needs to be like, I don't know, whatever. And then down. And then in. Alright. And then I totally screwed up there, so we're going to bring this thing, connect it, and then remove these bottom parts because I brought it in too close. There we go. Oh, that looked really cool. I'm going to go ahead and cap it to a sim gem. And then with this, I need the bubbles. I need to make the bubbles sphere. And it needs to be, oh man, look at the shape of that. It's just terrible. Let's see if we can't do a soft selection to pull that thing out. Like that. Bring this soft selection in just a tad bit. Yeah, something like that. Oh yeah, that's way better. Way better. That's huge. It's huge. Alright, now we gotta get the spheres in. That's gonna be a pain in the butt because there's just not that many polys right there. And we're just about to add a buttload of them. There's one. There's two. Let's make them bigger. There's three. Let's make it smaller. And four. Which is right there. And then a half of one. Now, if my calculations are correct, When this baby hits 13 miles an hour, you're not going to see much. Yeah, see? Bubbles, big thick bubbles. But how? How do I grab these without making a mess? Man, I don't know, but we have to do it the hard way. I got a feeling. Man, these things are in different levels. I guess I'll go ahead and attach all of them. And then, I hate to, like, I don't want to take all of them. This is so screwed up. Why are they different heights? Let's center these things up. Okay, that's the rest of them. And now we can just zippity-doo all their butts off. They should be fine. There's still that one that's not wanting to cooperate, but he's okay. Let's hide that guy back again. Go back to our cauldron, wherever that is. Ah, the French. Yeah, it's not really working very well, but we're gonna try it. All right. We don't want that. We want to grab all the borders. Boy, yeah, the bridge. The bridge never seems to work very well. And as a result, we're going to separate this one from itself. This is gonna look like crap. Oh, it doesn't even like put itself together because the two of them are so far off. That's gonna be a pisser. I'm gonna have to remove them. And the way we're gonna have to do it is the hard way, which I don't really like. Borders, select. Actually just edge. And bring these two out. And do this one at a time. This is going to be ridiculous. Oh, mercy, 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 mercy. Alright, so I'm going to have to go in here and do something like that. And then I can move this thing back a little ways. Where is my controller? Thank you. And then basically go in here, count how many segments I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can do half of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do 7 of them. So what we're going to do is grab these 3, grab these 3, and grab those 3. We're going to connect for 7. No, not 7. 7 total. So that's 7 right there. No, that's 8. That's 6. Shit. Alright, and then add 1 more. There we go. That's 7. Alright, now I'm going to go in here. I really want to get this thing somewhat like there. Man, this is going to be such a pain in the butt. I only got 10 more minutes left. There ain't no way we're going to get this thing done today. So first of all, we're going to attach the balls back and then get those vertices, and we're going to start just going to town on these things. This is the most annoying way of doing it. I'm not sure that there's another way. You can boolean stuff, but we're going to totally avoid that. But these, I mean, I'm working with squares mostly, and now I've got to be adding a circle. And that's the thing is, boy, that did not, I want it to go up higher. I want it to be higher. Like that high. Alright, do it again. And that means I'm going to go to something like there. That one. That one. Yeah, I'm going right back to it, but this is only for that part right there. It's still going to, I'm going to pull this all down in a second. Okay. Move it over just a bit. Oop. Just a bit. So that, yeah, see those polys like fit a little bit better now. Okay. And create a simple little poly right here just to finish that off. Alright, that's half of it. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on this one. So just bring it out and connect for 8. Oh, I guess that didn't work. And I should have done it this way. It needs to have something to connect to, which will be here. That way it anchors to something. And I just told myself to do 8, and I did 7. I did not know that each time I added 1, it was an action. Interesting. Alright, so we'll target weld these things back to where they were. I really don't know if I want to go that far over. Let's just do that. We'll just make another poly right in that gap. It's not the end of the world. That way, you see these things, these lines are a lot straighter. They feel a little bit better on this. I'm going to have to do this with all those other spheres. Yeah. It's going to be a royal pain. I'm thinking of, I'm just going to cap that. Alright, so there's that. And I'm going to have to start bringing in others, because that's how they roll. Oh, they just spin on themselves. That's cute. Okay, so elements needs to go up. This needs to go in and up. Yeah, I know that liquid doesn't tilt, but I don't care. It's going to. You can't do anything about it. No one's going to care. No one's going to really worry about that. They just want to see the bubbles. Okay, I really want to bring this thing down just a tad. There we go. So I can actually see the element in the same one. Alright, next, I need to combine here, and then these two pieces are going to be going together, so we'll be deleting, I don't know, probably the same number over here as over here. Something like that. 3 by 6. There's a 3 by 6. And then you can go in here on your edge and select a few of those, select a few of those, deselect what you don't want. Something like that. You should have it right there. That's not going to work because you've got 3 there and you only have 2 there, so crap. I'm going to have to just going to bring this over. No, I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't think I've backed up. I did. Okay. Instead of doing it up there, I'm going to do it at the bottom. Jeez, people. There's times when this whole thing like shakes ridiculously, and it shouldn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do something like that. Delete it, and that we'll be able to put these two together. Like that. Aw, they're kissing. Alright. So what we're going to do is start fusing these bad boys together. Oops. Target weld on. Oh, this is going to be fun. I shouldn't have done that. Let's see if I can pull this thing out a little bit. No. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Really? Oh, for crying out loud. Pull it apart a little bit. You gotta bit my lip. And then we target weld these things. That way I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. There we go. Alright, that looks like a lot of fun that I don't want to do. And we are out of time because it's 8 o'clock. That's some tedious work right there. Unfortunately, it's going to be probably a good portion of Wednesday, so if you're not really interested in seeing me do that, that's fine. But pretty much what we're going to do is that, and then make the roof fit on there, and then we're done. And we're calling this a done deal. So I'm going to hide all. So anyway, we're going to basically have this thing over to one side, so it just sits like that. It prints off on this nice little self. Like that. So that's neat. All right. So we're going to save this as 31. And that's going to draw this evening to a conclusion as we went through a little bit of a growing pain here, having to make numerous adjustments to this. The witch's hut is really complex, and it has a lot of variables that I should have anticipated to begin with. And the way I modeled it put me in quite a bind. Remodeling it would make it a bit easier, but I just don't feel like the energy of going through that again. And we're close to the end on this. If I can just get those bubbles looking good right there, get the lid so it's a little solid and it just sits right on top of it, then we're good. We're good to go. That cuts down the time in the printing substantially, and the support mostly, so you don't lose all that material. 23 hours was, most of it was because of support material. It just had a tremendous amount of plastic that I had to use. So we're going to work on this on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I think we're going to go ahead and stay with YouTube for now, unless we find other things, because the only thing that's bad about YouTube is a lot of users like to flag things for no reason. I've heard a lot of issues with YouTube, but this is for nonprofit. I mean, it's not like I monetize any of these. If there's any advertisements, it's YouTube forcing it on there, and I get nothing out of that. So it's not like I'm putting anything. I don't ask you for the like and subscribe. I don't even care. And if you're interested in that, you would have already done it. You don't need to be told to do that. I do this just because I'm already working on my own projects, and I think it's maybe interesting for others to see and follow along, and maybe learn something as they see me doing something wrong or right, and learn from my mistakes. So with that, I will shut up and bid you all a good farewell for the end of the night. Have a good Monday, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Cheers.